Welcome everyone. My name is Celia Malheiros. I'm a yoga therapist, instructor, sound therapist, composer, singer, and I'm here to share some more techniques of yoga. So we've been talking about Patanjali classical yoga, the yoga tree, and the branches of the yoga tree. And last week we worked on asanas, and we worked on correcting posture, using asanas to correct incorrect postures, on strength, flexibility, and we'll do some more asanas next week. But for now, we're going to the other branch called Pranayama. Prana means vital force, life force. Pranayama is the control of the breath. Controlling the breath, you control the prana, you can bring prana to your body and to your mind. So this is a very important step that, and usually you practice asanas for quite some time, and then you go to pranayama, but this is, I'm going to share with you very simple techniques that anyone or most people can do, and it's really simple, right? So if there is any I'll talk about if there is any obstacles about doing it as we're doing, but most of us can do, okay? So let's first of all talk about breath. Breath is interconnected with mind, you know. So if you are able to control your breath, if you have full control of your breath, you can control your mind. You can use the breath to release stress, anxiety, to bring more calmness to your mind, to equalize the left and right side of the brain. So it's a great practice. So let's maybe understand, we all know how to breathe. That's the good news is we are all born how to breathe better than we're breathing right now. If you watch a newborn with a baby belly coming out, big belly and just exhaling in, very, using fully what we were born with. And as we grow older, we just, life happens, right, as we know it. And lately it's been happening a lot. So then we get in a tendency of not fully use what we have, we fully use the inhale and the exhale. So the practice of pranayama will give you that tool for you to fully use what the whole container, right? So understanding the physiology of the breath. First of all, we don't really inhale. The air comes in through air pressure, of atmospheric pressure. The earth breathes into us. This is poetic, right? So by just releasing, so we have a muscle called the diaphragm. It's a dome-shaped muscle. And when that muscle releases, it expands the chest cavity and the air comes in, right? When the diaphragm gets flat, pushes the air out of the lungs. So if you think of our body as a container, here I have glass, cylindrical. So think of the lungs, usually think of the front only, but thinking of expanding all directions. So I want you to just put some visualizations as we do the pranayama to really fully use this. And I believe when you visualize, things are easier to understand. So expanding all sides of the lungs, for that you need good posture, right? So also, when you feel something, in fact, this cup is already filled with air, right? But if you're filling a container, a cup, the water or the liquid doesn't stay on the rim, it goes right, because of gravity, it goes right to the bottom of it. So we're gonna work thinking about expanding from the lower part of the abs and then into the middle, maybe to the chest. Let's not even worry about the chest. That's a little, we already do a lot of chest breathing. So using this breath to fully understand. So let's find our sitting Tadasana. Remember that we talked about Tadasana, the mountain pose. So I like to think that Sukhasana and Siddhasana, the basic sitting asanas, are our sitting Tadasana. So your feet are the sitting bones, and you find the balance in between them. Find a good place for the legs. And it's okay if you cannot sit on the mat, on the ground, fine, it's perfectly fine to sit on a chair as long as you're not reclined on the back of the chair. You're straight, the feet are parallel, the chin is parallel to the floor, slightly tucked in. Remember, I talked about the posture of the head, so the earlobe is right on top of the shoulder. So all these little things will help, and they will become automatically as we go, right? So few asanas here for sitting. I talked about Sukhasana, the easy pose, or meditation pose. Siddhasana, you can do Padmasana or half Padmasana. It's just half lotus here or full lotus, right? If your knees are okay, if your legs are okay, and you have the flexibility to do it, you can do Vajrasana, Virasana, sorry, the hero pose, in which you sit in between the legs. Shasana, so just thunderbolt. And this is a really good one for digestion, for keeping the spine straight. But for now, you sit in an easy pose. And the way I particularly like to sit, I place the heel of my left foot in front of my perineum, and then just bring the other. There is a variation that you can put foot, the heels, the other heel will be on the pubic bone. So, but I just like to sit like this, relax my hands on my knees, and let's close the eyes. I always like to start my sessions, my practice with intention. So let's close the eyes and have intention for this time we're together here. And after that, let it go and just watch your breath. So for now, we're doing nothing. We're just allowing the breath to come in. And remember, the earth is breathing the air into your body, and you're just exhaling. So there's not a set rhythm for this. It's just like the ocean waves. They come and they go. They're caressing the sand, right? Very poetic, very beautiful. You can even feel the breeze of the ocean there, right? So just watching your breath, bringing that intention once it's set the intention, let it go. And another tip here to bring the gaze, internal gaze, in the space in between the eyebrows, the third eye there, just to bring the energy up on the spine. Is energy called Kundalini that will touch the chakras, will revitalize the body, and just observing that. We'll have a few things to observe now. And try to expand the belly, the lower part of the belly, and the sides, and really allowing it to happen. It's not something that you need to push for, just allow. Remember, it's when you relax, the air comes in. The exhale is the diaphragm pushing it out. Right? So all this done through the nose. If the eyes close, the head sent. If the head start moving, just adjust yourself. So this is just getting adjusted, aligned to be able to be at ease at your body and with your breath, to be in one with your breath. Just do a few more breaths there, just noticing, eyes are closed, observing the rise and fall of the belly, energy coming up the spine, and you're feeling the lower part of the body maybe heavier and one with the mat and with the ground. The upper part of the body lighter, maybe you feel a lighter feeling here. And I'll give you something also to take your mind off thinking too much, just as a mantra. Inhale with the sound so, S-O, so. Exhale, hum, H-U-M. Inhale, so, through the nose and very quietly, no sound here, just thinking sound. Hum. 2 more. Inhale, mentally thinking. Exhale. Last one. And open your eyes. So this is just observing the breath and just telling the body, we're gonna do something different here. We're gonna be aligned and just be quiet for a moment and just focus on that beautiful, this is the source of life, you know, without breath, there's no life, right? No life force, nothing, it just, right? So here, few pointers here for you to practice. Placing the hand on the lower part of the head and see if you can feel the hand moving. And when I teach this to kids, I play a game that will have the fingers facing each other. And the game is to open the fingers without moving the hand. It's magic. See? Open, expand, and don't be afraid to show your big belly. You know, when it comes to breath, the bigger the belly, the more breath it is here. On the inhale, I mean. On the exhale is the opposite. You want to bring the navel towards the spine. Fully exhale the breath. Fully exhale the breath. So this is great for calming the mind, for soothing. We're dealing with the nerve system, and we're dealing with the energetic body. So we are pure energy. So we're dealing with all this, getting the chakras, the nadis, the channels working here. So you can practice this, you know, after a while, you want to be able to expand the sides of the abs, the side of the body here. And even the back will move here. But this, it takes time, and don't hurry. There's nothing that you need to do other than really observe and try to consciously, fully inhale. Don't be in a hurry. Because when you are in a hurry, that's when you get into this chest, shallow breathing, and that's when you get into a lot of diseases. You get, for instance, asthma. People think when you have asthma attack, you need to inhale more. It's actually the opposite. You need to exhale. The asthma is blockage of the bronchus and also obstruction there. And what we want to do is not to put any more air, it's to exhale fully. So that's why, and also when people have anxiety, they give you a bag to blow because you want to fully empty. Remember this glass, maybe remember the glass. You want it to fully empty before you put more. If you keep putting more, it's just going to overflow. And that's how we get into this mode, and everything gets triggered, you know, get into all this kind of uneasiness. So with this, this is called the yogi breath, right? People like to call it diaphragmatic breath, but I think all the breaths are using the diaphragm. So this is used for if you're a singer, a speaker, if you play wind instruments, you use this technique of really expand. And one thing that you can practice is using this breath with counting. And we're going to do that with other techniques. But this, maybe we inhale for 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 3. Just mentally thinking. And then go up to 4, 5. You should be able to come up to 10 or even 20 after some years of practice, but 10 would be great if you can go. Inhale for 10, but counting slowly. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 1, like we do it in the United States. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, right? So 1 to 10, inhale. 1 to 10, hold. 1 to 10, exhale, right? And I'll give you one more here before we move to another practice. Serena was talking about this, the sound that calms you down, and you can use that as inhale fully and exhale. For the longest that you can without straining, and that will really work your lung capacity. That's actually exercise used for singers and for wind players, right? People that play wind instruments. So I like to practice that with a stopwatch and make it, get to 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, up to a minute maybe. So this is a good one, and it's also inside of the sound, like Serena explained, has all the frequencies. And in sound engineering, that's called white noise. And the white noise is used for many things in acoustic to place the speakers correctly, to correct, to design sound rooms. And so you'll be doing two things. One is calming down the mind and getting into a quiet space and expanding your lungs. All right, so that's the yoga breath. Now, the topic today is actually Nadishodhana. Nadis, what are nadis? Nadis are the channels, energy channels we have in our bodies. And we have so many, we have 36,000 nadis, but all of them are supplied, come from the main two channels that are the Pingala, which is the masculine or the right side, and also called the sun energy, solar energy, Surya, right? And Ida, which is the left side, the female, the Chandra, the moon energy, the cooling energy. Basically, the right side is the energetic side, the left, the cooling energy of the moon, of the female, the mother, right? So we're going to work with that, and this is amazing because it also works with the left and right side of the brain, the hemispheres of the brain, right? So that's when you get into very, very special techniques here of, the first one I'm going to show is the alternate breath, and it's called Nulong Vilong, and people usually call Nadishodhana everything, but Nulong Vilong is alternate breath without retention of the breath. And for that, you get a beautiful sitting posture. You can be in your chair. I'm going to use the right hand to actually close the right side, the right nostril, and the ring finger. Some people like to use the middle and ring finger for the left. And this guy here is just going to go in, right? So we're just going to use right thumb for the right nostril and ring finger for the left. The pinky can go along or can stand up here, right? So that's all we're going to do for the hand, and we're going to inhale to one side, to the left side, and exhale to the right. But what to do with the left hand? Few tips here. Just place the palm facing up on the left hand, or we can use a mudra. What's a mudra? Mudra is a gesture. In this case, it's a hand gesture. And I like to use this mudra, the Shin mudra. Shin from Shita, which means consciousness. And the index finger is, every finger has a different quality or energy that, in fact, the fingers have so much energy that come out. That's why you heal with your hands and you do your practice of own technique with the hands. So the index is consciousness, the individual consciousness, the thumb, the supreme consciousness. So when you connect them, you bring consciousness back up to the brain, back up to the mind, right? You close a circuit. It's the same thing that I was explaining about when you do asanas, when you do child and you connect the big toes. You want to keep the energy flowing. When you open up, there's energy going everywhere. So, okay, here we go, Chin Mudra, facing up. Left hand we're going to use, right thumb. We're going to always start from the left, inhale left. Closing the right, close the eyes too. And switch, exhale right. I have my index going wrong here. Now inhale right. Switch, exhale left. So before we go on, let me explain another way you can do this is index and middle finger. That's how I usually do it pressing a mama point here, pressing the third, the third eye, Christ consciousness here. And I don't know, I enjoy doing this way, but for now, so you can see me, you're gonna do it like this. So let's do it together. You have your mudra, you have your good posture here, have your shoulders back. Let's use the full breath here, no counting, just inhale, left, close the eyes. Big belly, switch, open, closing the left, opening the right, exhale right. So let's get the mechanics of this. Inhale, right, switch. Immediately you close and open. You close the right, you open the left. Let's do 2 rounds together. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale, left. That's 1 round. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale fully. And now close both nostrils without breathing and stay there for until it's comfortable. So we did 2 rounds. So 1 round is inhale left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. That's 1 round. So I suggest to begin with maybe 3 rounds of that because there's so much going on. You remember to keep the fingers in or the fingers here. And really remember that the main thing I want you to get is that you really need to use the cylinder fully, right? Expanding for all directions here. Okay, so now let's go to Nadishodhana. So actually, again, Nadi is the channels and Shodhana means cleansing. So we're cleansing the channels. What happens with our body is that sometimes we get blockages. You know, in this case, it's energetic blockages. Can be caused by so many things, by trauma, by stress, by even when you have toxins, you know, you retain toxins. So by doing that, you'll be cleansing the channels energetically, and that will be amazing for your mind and therefore for the body. And we know that the mind is the master of the body, right? So Nadishodhana is actually, now we're going to do the same thing using the counting like we did before with the yogi breath. We're going to count, let's count 3 to start. Inhale 3, hold. So the hold will be you pressing both nostrils, closing for 3 counts. Exhale 3. Inhale right for 3. Exhale, close for 3. No, close for 3 and exhale for 3. So inhale 3, hold 3, exhale 3, inhale 3, hold 3, exhale left 3. Let's do it together. Inhale 2, 3, hold 2, 3, exhale right 2, 3. Inhale right 2, 3, hold 2, 3, exhale left 2, 3. And that's a very beginning number there. I suggest you go up. I think we can do 5 easily here now. So let's try 5. I'm counting 2, 3 because I'm talking. So I'm skipping the 1 because the 1's me talking. That's my thinking here. So let's do 5. Let's do 1 round of 5. Okay, ready? So again, right thumb here. Let's get these guys in here. So we have this going here. So you have, this is the technique. So another thing, make sure that your elbows not coming up because that's going to tense this whole thing. You're going to get tired easily. So just get the elbow out, the shoulder back, the chest is open. And here we go. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4. Let's do another one because I messed up this one. 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, close both. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both nostrils and stay there. Release, close the eyes, mudra in both hands, and just feel the effects of that. Maybe you're a little bit lightheaded. If you got dizzy, stop. At the moment you get dizzy, just stop. But just close the eyes and allow that. Maybe you'll feel a little bit lighter, and just enjoy and open the eyes. So we did 2 rounds here, and so I would say to begin with, you can do your maybe 3 sets of lower counts, and slowly you add more reps to it, right? You can do that in both, with the retention, counting, and also with no retention. The first one we did, the nylon vilon. Long vilon. It's interesting. We here in the West we call everything Nadishodhana, but the long vilon is the alternate breath. The alternate breath. Nadishodhana is the alternate breath with retention. All right. So I'll have a little notes here. So this is good. The benefits: balance the solar and lunar energy, the female and the male sides, reduces stresses and anxiety. We talked about that, right? Releases toxins, calms and revigorates the nerve system, helps to balance hormones, helps allergies, bring mental clarity, and brings an alert mind, enhances concentration, and balances the hemispheres of the brain. So it's all good. So if you can do it, this is something that if you can do it every day, So the order here is do your asanas, do your pranayama, and just sit there. And this will, you're right on your way to amazing meditation. Meditation is just simply the act to sit quietly, observe the breath. And don't forget the few tips that I gave here to bring the gaze with the eyes closed to this point here, to visualize the light coming, the kundalini, the energy up and down, maybe touching and spinning the chakras, any visualization you can get, maybe a color there, maybe even a scent, a smell, right? So this is amazing thing. All right, so and don't forget your mudras are very important. So when you release here, if you can, just have your mudra, your chin mudra here, or you can have the palms, the left on top of the right, and sit quietly there, and just observing the breath, always thinking of using the full breath here. All right, so now I want to share one more technique here. This is called Kapalbhati. Kapal means skull or forehead, skull, bhati, shine. So this is a very powerful breath That's not for everyone. That's, if you have a hernia, that's not advisable to do it, or if you have a stent, if you had a heart operation, you can consult your doctor, but high blood pressure. So this is a very energetic body, and we're gonna do it using the same muscle. In fact, I like to switch around the legs here. And so in this, the inhale is passive, like we were doing before, passive. But the exhale is, you force the exhale. It's not forceful, but force the exhale. And we're gonna use pretty much the diaphragm and get the navel in to do this kind of. So this is a great, also tones the abs. It's good for everything here. So when you do this, see, also with the inhale, see if you can do it smoothly, not fragmented in segments, right? Instead of just one big belly, and then when you push the air out, you're gonna go. So this is all done to the nose, right? Nothing here when using the mouth. Very few practices are done in pranayama with mouth because it dries the throat, and for that you need some oil, so gets into advanced pranayama. So, but for here, let's sit in our good posture here and practice our Kapalbhati. So all you need your hands, you can use mudra or not, or just have the hands down here. So the idea is to inhale, close the eyes, and you're gonna just puff the air out quickly. So let's practice, let's do 5 together now, okay? Inhale, bring the shoulders back, full inhale. So take your time to inhale. My timing is not your time. This is my timing here, and I'm doing it a little faster than I usually do it because of our timing here in the internet. Okay, so inhale. And one more. And just stay there, just close the eyes. So after every practice, just be with the effects of it. And maybe you can scan the body, see if there's any tension anywhere, just send the breath there. Kapalbhati. So this is an amazing source of energy that comes in like, so this is done before asanas, and also if during the day if you're feeling kind of tired, sluggish, instead of getting another cup of coffee or chai, just sit and do your Kapalbhati, or you can do also outside. It's great to do outside or with the window open, Kapalbhati. So also another variation of this is using the arms, right? So for this we're gonna do the same, but when we inhale, we're gonna open the fingers and really reach, and when you bring it down, I don't know if you can see my arms, my full arms here. I'm gonna make a fist, close the fingers and expel, exhale, right? Expel the air out. Let's see if I go back here so you can see my arms. So let's do 3, just to count here. This can be done with eyes closed or open. I'm gonna do with my eyes closed for now. Inhale. Inhale again. One more. Let's do 2 more, 5, okay? Last one, the best one yet. And then close the eyes and feel. It's really like a shot of energy. To me, like sizzling, like sparkling here. So feel the effects of Kapalbhati. Okay, so here, my notes here, Kapalbhati, the benefits: improve circulation, strengthens the liver, kidneys, pancreas, reduces acidity in gastric problems, reduces stress and anxiety, helps with constipation, helps with side effects of diabetes, improves immunity, strengthens the lungs and the abs, and helps memory. So there you go, and I'm sure there's much other benefits. So this is amazing techniques that's handed to us from the masters, 5,000 year or more old techniques from India, yoga, the union. So we are getting to this point that we can all use this, and we can sure use at this time in the world, to apply and be centered. It's so difficult to be centered nowadays. So when you think, oh, I try to meditate, but I can't meditate, but look at how many steps you have, how many techniques are given to you to get to meditation. I think it's very hard to just someone that have no technique at all to just sit and meditate. So don't give yourself a hard time if you are not able to meditate. You need to work your way there. So just sitting, just if you can sit in an asana for 2.5 hours, you need to prepare your body for sitting. Asana actually means to sit, and to sit for meditation. So next week we'll work on asanas again. And for this week, I always give you assignments. So just the assignment is a good one. Just watch your breath. That maybe you can mimic that baby breath and really visualizing the ocean. Whatever you can do to fully use. Remember the cup that is always full. The cup is always full. So fill up your full container with beautiful air, with prana, with life. And bring that shiny self to the world, right? So few tips here for cleansing. So one good thing to have when you practice your pranayama is tissue paper or handkerchief, because with this we're cleaning, right? We're cleansing here, so there's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of mucus or whatever it is, especially in the morning. So do your pranayama in the morning. And I myself, I like to do the jala neti, which is cleansing the nose with salt water. So there is a special container called neti potty, right, or jala potty. But I personally, since I travel so much, I use something like this. And so I fill up the container with half of this spoon. This is a tiny little spoon, it's not even a teaspoon of salt. I actually use salt and baking soda, full spoon of half salt and half baking soda, distilled water, filtered water, and you should Google the techniques because that would get too long to explain this. But so you clean the water comes from one nostril and out of the other. A good thing to do also is to do steam with essential oils in the morning, or maybe before bed at night. It's great to open and cleanse all this. And another Ayurveda tip that I picked up in India is actually 2 drops of coconut oil, not when it's liquid. So 2 drops in each nostril, and you stay down a little bit, so that will dissolve excess mucus and help you to stay clean there. What else here? And so another suggestion here, and if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling fear, do your Nadishodhana, just inhaling from the left side and exhaling. I'm using my normal that I do here. Exhaling from the right, and then inhale again from the left, exhale. In other words, you don't inhale from the right. Inhale always, because we are cooling. Remember the cooling, the bringing the moon energy, the female energy to calm you down, to change the pattern of the mind that is going. Sometimes the mind gets in a loop, and lately is a loop of the virus, right? This fear. So this will calm you, bring your heart rate down, calm your mind, and bring balance, into your body, into your mind. Another good one to practice for fear, for anxiety, is the counting, the 5, 5, 5, or up to 10, 10, 10. And also, of course, to sit in meditation and practice your soul hum. So and allow all this to bring you back to. So I think that's, yes. Also, if you can do clean the throat, in the morning also. There's a lot of Ayurveda and yoga has to do with a lot of cleansing or cleaning. That's part of the yamas and yamas that keep your body and mind clean, right? So you know about brushing or scrubbing your tongue, right? So you can add to that to gargle with salt water and a few drops of coconut oil, because that gets the bacteria out, and we also lubricating also the nose. We are lubricating with these amazing oils. Coconut oil is good for everything, for the skin, for the hair, but this is not my expertise. I'll leave that for the Ayurveda great experts here in Ayurveda. So thank you so much for watching, and next week I'll be here and we'll practice asanas, and I'm gonna put together a morning practice for you, a simple practice that they can do. And this doesn't need to take a lot of time, but needs, like again, I use this word a lot, discipline. Discipline will bring you freedom, and freedom is what we're looking for, freedom of diseases, freedom of worries, right? So all these techniques, all the practice, and all the teachings of Ayurveda and yoga will take you into a better quality of life. In fact, the longer and the more relaxed breath that you have, the better quality of life, and probably longer life. So get into this good habit of breathing right, sitting upright, and doing all the great things suggested here of diet and so on, and you'll be all right. We're all gonna be all right. So I'll see you next week, and have a great week. Stay home, be safe, and I'll leave you with a sound of a Tibetan bowl. Namaste.